Statement. We ask you please to try to keep it to 5 minutes, and your whole statement will be included in the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair, and Ranking Member Adderholt. I'm pleased to be here today to present to you the President's fiscal year 2020 budget for the Department of Justice. And I'm joined here today by the Department's Chief Financial Officer, Assistant Attorney General for Administration, Lee Loftus. We look forward to discussing how our requested appropriations will help protect the safety and rights of our constituents and your constituents. For 2 fiscal years in a row, the Department has broken records for prosecuting violent crime. The Department has also significantly increased prosecution of firearm offenses, and in fiscal year 2018, prosecuted more firearm defendants than ever before. As prosecutions have gone up, crime has gone down, and in 2017, after 2 years of increases, violent crime and homicide rates went down nationwide. The FBI's preliminary data for the first 6 months of 2018 show a 4.3% decline in violent crime overall and a 6.7% decline in murders and a 12% decline in robbery and burglary compared to the first 6 months of 2017. In order to continue this momentum, President Trump has requested an additional $137 million for violent crime and transnational organized crime prosecutions, as well as an additional $100 million for the Project Safe Neighborhood grants to state and local law enforcement. The Department also requests $5.8 million to enhance violent crime and firearms prosecutions. Over the first 2 years of the Trump administration, we have also gained ground against the opioid epidemic, which is by far the deadliest drug crisis that this country has ever faced. The Department increased the number of defendants charged with federal opioid-related crimes by 28% from fiscal year 2017 to fiscal year 2018. Prescriptions of the 7 most frequently abused prescription opioids are down more than 23% since 2016 to the lowest level in at least a decade. And over the same period, the DEA has lowered the legal limits on production of the active ingredients in these opioids by 47%. More importantly, drug overdose deaths may have finally stopped rising. According to preliminary data from the CDC, overdose deaths decreased slightly from September 2017 to August 2018. But there's a lot more work to be done. And that is why the President's budget provides for $295 million to combat the opioid epidemic, including $18.2 million for the FBI's Joint Criminal Opioid Darknet Enforcement Initiative, or J-Code, which is a team of agents that work to disrupt and dismantle the sale of synthetic opioids on the darknet. The President requests $11.1 million for 5 new heroin enforcement groups that will be deployed to DEA field divisions that have identified heroin as the first or second greatest threat in their area. The President also includes $2 million in operational funds for the National Opioid Initiative of our OCDEF program. The President's budget also proposes to permanently transfer $254 million from the White House Office of the National Drug Control Policy to the DEA for the HIDTA area programs, the high-intensity drug trafficking areas. This change will eliminate redundancies by placing this program under the agency that leads our drug enforcement efforts. We know that most of the illicit drugs in this country came across our southern border. In the fight against an unprecedented drug crisis, border security is imperative. In fiscal year 2018, the Department charged more defendants with illegal entry into this country than in any year before. At the same time, the Department increased the number of felony illegal reentry prosecutions by more than 38%. Our immigration courts, which are under the Department of Justice, have also become more productive under the administration. Since the beginning of 2017, the Department has conducted an unprecedented surge in hiring immigration judges. The Department has hired more immigration judges under President Trump than in the previous 7 years combined. We now employ the largest number of immigration judges in history, with 46% more immigration judges than just 3 years ago. That is having an impact on immigration cases. After 8 consecutive years of declining or stagnant productivity between fiscal year 2009 and fiscal year 2016, our immigration judges have increased case completions 2 years in a row. In fiscal year 2018, immigration judges completed the most cases in 7 years. In order to continue this progress, the department requests $71 million for 100 new immigration judges and additional support staff in fiscal year 2020. This would bring the number of authorized immigration judges to 634, which would more than double the number of immigration judges on board in fiscal year 2016. Given the fact that these judges face a record-breaking 860,000 case backlog, this investment is more than warranted. And with the crisis on our southwest border, the department requests $6 million for our Southwest Border Rural Law Enforcement Violence Crime Reduction Initiative, which will help law enforcement agencies serving rural areas along and near the border to fight rural crime. The department also plays a critical role in protecting our national security and combating terrorism and cybercrime, and that is why the President requests an additional $70.5 million to enhance the FBI's cyber information sharing abilities and cyber tools capabilities, as well as $16 million for our National Vetting Center. The President requests an additional $18 million for the FBI to address counterintelligence threats, particularly cyber attacks and threats from hostile foreign intelligence services. Mr. Chairman, there are many other issues facing law enforcement that we could talk about today, but the bottom line is the more than 112,000 men and women at the Department of Justice are doing important work, and we ask for your support. Thank you.